Don't miss the Valentine sale at nortonandwilson.com. It's live now and running up until Valentine's Day 2025. 20% off our new release, Arezzo, Chypre Fulminare and Bon Vivant. 10% off Gravitas Pour Homme, 10% off Gravitas Essentia, and there's an amazing bundle deal if you buy both Gravitas Pour Homme and Gravitas Essentia. nortonandwilson.com. If you're in the EU, we can now help you. Email us at info@nortonandwilson.com and we can sort you out if you're in the EU. And apart from the Gravitas and Gravitas Essentia bundle deal, those discounts are applied automatically at the checkout. Me introducing my new half Scottish and half Portuguese girlfriend to my mum.
What we would call a minority breed. Around the world, we do not see that many of this breed.
Me after my ex-wife told me not to get drunk and embarrass myself in front of her parents at Christmas dinner.
The French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle and, like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated.
And this is me watching any other fragrance YouTuber who's more successful and more popular than me, which is most of them.
Disingenuous, fake, false, broke back, twisted, a defiler, a betrayer, a backstabber, a devil! You will pay. Yeah, you think I don't see your face, scum?
Hello guys and welcome back to the show. So it is great to be here. We're going to talk about the citrus Eau De Colognes style fragrance, one of my favourite fragrance styles today, and I'm going to give you three great options. Before we do that, if you're looking to buy fragrance samples, my recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is decantboutique.com. They've got a huge range of fragrances there to try, and the code Mr. Smelly 10 will get you 10% off across the site. Highly recommended by me. My recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com, and there the code is Smelly 10, an enormous array of fragrances, both linked in the description of this video. Okay, so the citrus Eau De Cologne style fragrance, one of the most historic fragrance styles, and of course it was named after the city of Cologne, where one of the very first ones was created by somebody called, I think he was called Mr. Farina. It's from Farina Eau De Cologne. He was a German bloke what moved to Italy and made a very fresh fragrance to remind him of the flora and fauna of a spring day in his homeland of Italy. And the idea behind this fragrance style is that, the other really famous one is 4711 that you can still buy really cheaply. So these are citrusy fragrances. Usually you're looking at kind of citrus with neroli and some herbal type accords, and very fresh and soapy, very natural and realistic smelling type of citrus accords in there. You're not going to have tons of real complex, deep, rich rose or patchouli notes usually in the standard formula, although to be honest, it's been kind of enhanced and people have done their own thing. I'm going to give you three really, really nice, really good fresh examples of the kind of fragrance that can really put a smile on your face if you love those citrusy smells. Downsides of this style of fragrance, because of the inherent lack of tenacity of citrus type accords, the chemicals that give us those type of smells don't tend to hang around on the skin or even in the air as long as other things like, if you have a chocolate fragrance or leather or oud or some of those things, vanilla, can hang around a lot longer, and because they tend to smell very natural, some of the natural things don't last as long as the less natural ones, right? Also, the problem for some people is that citrus can remind them of a lot of toilet cleaning products, which are going to be lower quality in some cases, of course, in terms of the smell. But, some people associate strong kind of lemony or orangey smells with just the kind of thing they use to get rid of nasty pongs around the house, if you know what I mean. But who cares? I think these fragrances can be really great, especially in hot weather. Okay, so the first one I'm going to tell you about is from Alvarez Gomez, one of my favourite low-cost Spanish brands, and this one is called Verbena y Azahar. Verbena y Azahar, and I am reliably informed by my editing team that that means verbena, lemon verbena, and orange blossom. The note listing is lemon, mandarin orange, my favourite type of orange, Cantonese orange, forget about it, lime, verbena, thyme, ginger, orange blossom, and musk. I picked up a 150ml bottle for just £15, and that is incredible value here in the UK. Really great, sharp, lemony citrus opening. You get that verbena with orange blossom, and I got to be honest, I get muddled up between what orange blossom smells like and neroli. I can't remember which thing, an orange blossom and the different bits of an orange tree or something. I don't really get it. Anyway, it's got that recognisable kind of very sharp, fresh, citrusy smell. I'm also a big fan of their long-standing kind of first release, which was Eau De Colognes Concentrada. That one is kind of oranges, lemons and lavender. This one has more of that soapy orange blossom, neroli kind of thing. Doesn't last long, but it's so refreshing and so cheap and so lovely. I love it straight after a shower. Check it out if you like this kind of fragrance. Don't bother commenting that it didn't last long when you bought it. It doesn't last that long. Or basically, like I did a video like a few weeks back about you don't really need a fragrance for love-making situations. By the time you're naked in bed, you don't need a strong aftershave or cologne, right? But these kind of skin scents, fresh, soapy, clean, they actually be really good for intimate kind of close quarters situations. And it's there on your skin more than you maybe think. Okay, it doesn't create a huge sillage trail. Sillage, right? Okay, let's move on. Next one then, we're going to go for Eau De Cologne Imperial. This is from the house of Guerlain. They first released this one. It's a pretty recent release. It was just released back in 1860, just after I started my channel. And you can buy a 100ml bottle online in the UK for £62 or thereabouts. It was Pierre-François Pascal Guerlain. What a name, I love it. And notes include, or the note listing is, citrus, lemon, verbena, bergamot, neroli, lemon, orange, rosemary, cedar, and tonka beans. So again, I can't really give you a massively different description because it's very similar. It's soapy, it's crisp, and it does smell a little bit higher quality. It has a little bit more of that neroli beauty, that exquisite beauty of the neroli. The previous one that I mentioned does have that kind of neroli orange blossom vibe too, but there's a little bit more of the kind of lemony things that you could smell a little bit cheaper, but I still just really like it and I don't care. This one has a little bit more of something posh smelling about it. That's all I can really say. It's really high quality, and for the price I think it's great. Go for this one if you really, really like this style. The brand, and you don't mind spending sort of a bit more money like a designer price, the brand has some really great examples too. Eau De Guerlain has a similar thing, but a bit more kind of a woody, herbal tone in that one. And they've also got Eau de Fleur de Cedrat, which really just does smell more like maybe a higher quality, maybe cousin to this one, in terms of just being sort of citrusy and lemony and only lasting about 35 seconds. I love Eau De Cologne Imperial. Sort of settles in on your skin in a musky way, maybe, to like clean white musk to a greater extent than the previous one, but it costs more money. Okay, next up, last but not least, I love this one. It is expensive for what it is. Chanel's Eau De Cologne, 2007, released from the historic master perfumer, Jack Polge. And this one, you can find it online in the UK. I found £175 price for a 75ml bottle on the Chanel website, but I found it somewhere else, a reputable grey marketplace, for £148. So quite expensive, but not horrific. 200ml bottle you can pick up for about £259. So expensive for what it is. Citruses, neroli, bergamot, petitgrain spices, musk, tonka bean. The description really is, I can't really give you a different, they smell slightly different. I can't describe it much different to the Guerlain one. You probably can tell that it maybe lasts a little bit longer and just has something, just a je ne sais quoi that you get with a Chanel fragrance, just a tiny bit better. But on the other hand, maybe I'm just imagining that because the price is higher. There's not much in it. I do love this. It makes me feel really good to spray it, and it's got its own slight difference, but I can't actually describe what it is. Eau De Guerlain do just as well, but if you want something a bit more posh and fancy in your head, it's mainly in your head that the difference will be, then you go for the Chanel one. They're lovely style of fragrance, a great gift to give to someone. That's the kind of thing, okay, you want to give someone a gift, you buy them the Guerlain one, they're probably going to be very, very happy and very pleased. If you buy them this one, they're probably going to have a rough idea that you spent a little bit more money because it comes in a fancier box and it's Chanel, and people will Google it anyway to find out what you spent on them. So there's one reason you might go for the more expensive one, but I also love this one. So what did you think of the video? Did you enjoy it? Please let me know in the comments down below. So guys, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. Remember, sometimes life may stink, but at least we can still smell good, right? Bye-bye.